Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network, and today, let's talk about leaks and rumors and how dangerous they really can be. It's pretty obvious that I'm talking about the rumor that a Nintendo Direct was happening on Thursday, April 11th. The source was Gaming Intel, who is starting to double back and act confused about the situation and no announcement. But if you look into the track record, they have speculated about Directs and other things like an N64 Classic, which a lot of the time ends up being wrong. In fact, my shameless plug for today is a video of me going over how the classic systems are dead from a few months ago. Enjoy! Side note, it got a lot of hate on Reddit back then. I wonder if they still disagree with me. Anyways, but this video is not about blaming them, their sources, the countless outlets that blindly believe them just because they wanted a Direct. This is about us, the gamers, the consumers who grasp at anything if it means more information of something they want.
I'm out! I'm literally grasping at straws!
I'll try not to get onto a soapbox or rant too much about news sources or channels who were excited about a potential Direct. There's nothing wrong with having hype. I often too hype. But it is about doing it responsibly and within reason, because look how this blew up. And many other situations we'll go over. But if you look at all the pieces before us, look at the evidence before us, we can clearly see that there was no proof of a Direct from this week. It was nothing but people just wanting a Direct and believing things that were not real, hoping that we could wish it into existence, speculating. Anyone can speculate, but we all need to remember that speculation is not facts all the time. I saw a lot of channels posting about this leak and not calling it a rumor or even a leak, but their titles in the videos clearly stating that a Direct was coming as a fact, and that's just not good. So one of the biggest reasons people thought a Direct was hitting this week was because of Reggie. His last day is the 15th, and people were sure we would get one last appearance of Reggie in a Direct. And yes, it would be pretty cool to see him one last time, but we got his goodbye already, right? Am I misremembering this? Back when he announced he was retiring? Yes, one last see you later would be cool, but it's not necessary. Unless it's to officially announce him and Bill Trinen starring in a sitcom where they move to New York and open a restaurant. This fall on NBC. But we had our goodbye. And as much as we all love Reggie, Nintendo wants us to look forward and put more focus on Doug Bowser. Also, saying goodbye to Reggie is not enough for a Direct. There would need to be a lot more meat to it. Games and more info on them, but let's think about this for a second. We are 2 months before E3. I doubt, although not impossible, that we will get news of a release date for a big first-party game that will hit before E3. I would put money on Super Mario Maker 2 being released post E3, so at E3 maybe have some sort of event with the game and showcase it right before release. Kind of a big blowout. Yes, we need to know more about the game and an official release date, but remember back in January? Another time people thought a Direct was happening? They were sure of it even? Just because 2017 and 2018 had a Direct in the same month. If you haven't noticed, Nintendo doesn't hold the patterns we expect them to. They never have and never will. In fact, I have a theory that they actually look and see that we see the patterns and then go the opposite direction. But back to January 2019, one reason people were sure about a Direct beyond a pattern was we needed to know more about Yoshi. We just had to. Or Nintendo drops a Twitter post in the evening with a release date. We got more info as time went on for sure, but why can't Nintendo do that again? Make a tweet saying Mario Maker 2 is coming in such and such date and ta-da! Mario Maker 2 needs to be advertised with giving the game to the community. Imagine giving reviewers an outlet to the games like a week before E3. Then have a Mario Maker 2 event, as I mentioned at E3, where other members of the Nintendo community have to play through some of the hardest levels created by reviewers. How awesome would that be? Oh, that's a bit off topic, but still pretty awesome. The other big reason is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate version 3.0 and of course Joker. Okay, tell me why we need a Direct for this. I'm a big Smash fan, as you all know, but why can't they just post a video saying 3.0 details? Going over the now known stage builder, side note, something shown in an official Nintendo ad is not a leak. It was either an oversight, they just didn't care, or they knew we would go crazy about it, and we did. In a 2 or 3 minute video they can show off the new features, and show off Joker a little bit. We don't need gameplay of him before he drops. Also, I would doubt we would get a reveal trailer for a new Smash Fighter quite yet. I expect that at E3. Nintendo can communicate things without there being a Direct. The amount of hype from this and even the past few Directs have gotten to dangerous levels. Remember back in November after the last Smash Center Direct? Rumors circulated around a second Direct to focus on new games coming in 2019. November came and went and nothing. We survived as Smash came out a few days after the end of the month, and we knew, even if you were not excited about it, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe was hitting in January. And we still didn't get a Direct until February. And look, we all survived. And I do need to bring up the infamous Grinch leak. Yeah, early on I was all for it being real. I really thought it was going to be real. But as I let it sit, you know the saying, it's too good to be true. Shadow, Isaac, Banjo-Kazooie, and Geno, yeah, those are some of my most wanted fighters in Smash ever. And before it was proven wrong, do you remember how heated people were? The hatred was so high, people were attacking outlets that were not reporting about the Grinch leak. And although I didn't see much of it, I didn't go out of my way to look for it, though I'm sure people were rubbing salt in the wounds for those who were holding tight to the Grinch leak being real afterwards. Neither of those are okay, and it's really sad to see that the Nintendo community was doing that to each other. I feel like a downer here. I too love to think about what's next for Nintendo. I want to know more about the games coming this year, Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Mario Maker, and more. Honestly, I feel like I'm happy with the amount of Fire Emblem Three Houses we know. It could legitimately not be spoken up again, and I feel that there's a lot to find out and learn on our own, which is exciting to me. I know better to expect that though, but still. So let's talk about why all this is kind of happening and why it's dangerous and even toxic. I have a question for you guys. Why do leakers even have to leak? As weird as that sentence sounds. What is wrong with being surprised and finding out things when the company wants us to know? We're in a consumer culture, yes, which is why we all want everything now, 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 now. I can be the same way, trust me, and I'm not saying we shouldn't speculate. Speculation can be fun for what is coming in the near future. But when we grasp at straws just because we want something to be true, that's unhealthy. It is not like we don't know of anything coming. We know of tons of things that are coming this year, and E3 is in 2 months. None of them are coming between now and then. Assumingly, let E3 be a huge blowout. Let us see so many new things in the games we know about and ones we don't. It's not like Switch owners, we have nothing to play. Like 80% of Switch owners have no idea what a Nintendo drought feels like. I lived through the Wii U. I know what an actual drought feels like. There are so many great games to play, and so many more titles on the eShop. Go 100% Hyrule Warriors if you need something to do. That will keep you occupied for, well, forever. The other reason I bring this subject up is truly how toxic it has all become. When there is any rumblings of a Direct, go to any tweet Nintendo posts. Regardless of what it is about, nothing but people begging for Direct info. Or people on the other end making fun of the people begging for Direct info. Mad that what was posted was not about the Direct. I normally don't look at many comment sections on YouTube beyond mine, and I didn't talk about this Direct leak, so I didn't really have any interaction with it, but I have a hunch a lot of comment sections on YouTube are not kind either. Then there are people who question the leak, and then they get bashed online. How is this not bullying? How do you think this is okay? Oh crap, I somehow ended up on the soapbox. My bad, let me get down. But I do stand by everything I just said. I'm not saying don't hype, but be smart about it. I'm not saying not to voice your opinions, but to not break others down in the process. I will continue to hype myself. I am hyped for E3. I'm excited for what is to come. I'm already planning my E3 prediction video, but I'm at least hyping for an event we know exists and is happening. We can be excited for a Direct that might come eventually, but let's maybe all step back, think about how we've been hyping and how we've been acting, and maybe examine that a little bit. New news is always fun and exciting. Directs have been a Nintendo staple for many years now, a way to know what is coming and what to look forward to. There is a thrill to watching a Direct and seeing what Nintendo has in store for us. With how each rumor for a Direct that has happened, real or fake, the Grinch leak, and probably many more outside the Nintendo circle I'm unaware of, why is it so hard for everyone to take these with a grain of salt? Why do we just believe it without any real sources, other than people saying, I have an inside source? That anyone can say that. It's a question I have been asking myself, and I ask you to ponder as well. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network. What are your thoughts about rumors, leaks, and such? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe consider helping me out on Patreon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to write up that pilot for Ain't Muffin To It and send it to NBC.